High school and college differ in many ways. How much you pay for your education is one of those differences. Unless you are choosing to attend a private school, your high school education has been basically free to you. In the United States, we offer free public kindergarten through 12th grade education to our children. In contrast, almost everyone has to pay for their education and training after high school. Let's review some of the typical costs you will have to pay if you go to college. Let's begin by talking about some of the basics of college costs. First, college is expensive. The cost of attending college has risen dramatically over the past 20 years. For students attending a public college in 1996, the average cost of tuition, fees, room and board was $10,552. The average cost of attending a public college in 2016 was $19,548, or almost double the cost of tuition in 1996. To help you better plan for college costs, let's examine some of the major categories of college expenses. One cost category is tuition and fees. Tuition is the money charged for classes. For full-time students, tuition is often a flat fee. For students who take fewer classes or more classes than what the college considers full-time, you may pay per credit hour or per class instead of this flat fee. In addition to tuition, all colleges have mandatory student fees such as activities fees, processing fees, and technology fees. Students must also plan for the cost of books and supplies. Did you know it is not unusual for a single college book to cost hundreds of dollars? Sometimes students have multiple books for each class. One way you can save money is by renting rather than buying your textbooks. Students can often rent at a fraction of the cost of buying. A third category of college expenses is travel and miscellaneous expenses. Of course, your costs in this category will vary greatly depending on your situation. For example, the travel cost of a student who is enrolled in a community college and commuting to and from campus each day may be greater than a student living in a dorm while enrolled in a four-year college. Another college cost category that varies greatly is the cost of room and board. The term room and board is generally used to describe the costs associated with housing accommodations as well as meals. For students living on a college campus, room and board fees are often expressed as a flat fee, although there is some flexibility in meal plans. For students who commute or live off campus, their room and board is dependent upon their housing costs such as apartment rent, utilities, and how much they spend in food. Some students are able to reduce their room and board costs by continuing to live at home with their families. While college is expensive, it can also be made more affordable based on which college you choose. Generally, it is less expensive for students to attend college in the state they live as compared to paying out-of-state tuition. Community colleges are usually the most economical choice. Private four-year colleges are typically more expensive than public colleges due to the fact that they do not receive state government funding to help offset their costs. However, students should not assume that all private colleges will be more expensive than public colleges. It is important that you work with the colleges of your choice to determine the amount of financial aid they can offer. One type of college in which costs can fluctuate a great deal is with proprietary or career colleges. These college costs can range from very reasonable to extremely expensive. It is important that you evaluate each of these schools to determine if the costs are appropriate based on its credentials and are within your budget. We cannot have a discussion about college costs without stressing the importance of selecting the right college or higher education for your career interests and needs. If you want a middle skills job or a job that requires more than a high school diploma but not a four-year degree, select a community college or career college that can provide you with the degree or training you will need, usually within 2 years. If you're interested in a job that requires a four-year degree, you may find that you can lower your costs by attending a community college for 2 years and then transferring to a four-year college for your last 2 years. Also, remember, a four-year college education is not always needed for all careers. You may find you can get the training you need for your career choice through a workforce center, apprenticeships, service learning, or the military. Explore all of your options in order to make informed decisions. The VCU Center on Transition Innovations is funded by the Virginia Department of Education. Number 881-62524-H027A15107. For further information about the Center on Transition Innovations, please visit our website at www.centerontransition.org.